Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more
There's
times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
This is Colm McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm joined today by Thomas Carty. Thomas, how's things, mate?
All good, bro. All good. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. Seen you a couple of weeks ago after the unfortunate news that your fight fell through. How have you been since then?
Grand, like no one's dead, you know what I mean? It's no big deal, but at the same time, it's a bit of a letdown. Very deflated then the week after. Found it hard to get to the gym, but back in the gym now, back feeling good and pushing on. Looking forward to seeing what's next.
I think you're probably one of the best men to break down this fight from the weekend with, so I was excited about this one. AJ Usyk, talk to me about it.
Inside info. I thought it was a brilliant fight. You know, I seen Fury giving out saying it was a shit fight and they're both shit. It was actually one of the highest level heavyweight boxing fights I've seen in a long time. You know, it's up there with one of the best fights I've seen. They both had their spots of success, and it was a great fight to watch as a fan, as a neutral. I was going for AJ. I was hoping AJ would win. He fell short, but it was a fantastic performance from AJ and from Usyk as well. Credit to Usyk. Credit where it's due, you know.
What did you make of AJ's tactics going into that fight?
I think everybody knew, you know, he wasn't going to try and box this time. He was going to use calculated aggression, and I think he showed that it did work in parts. Usyk was very hard to pin down, and I think that was a massive. You gone there? Oh, sorry. Usyk was pinned down. As you saw, you know, the fitness. I think what showed there on Saturday night is that Usyk's fitness to maintain his level of skill throughout the whole fight is on a different level. You know, it's unbelievable, almost inhumane. But I thought AJ's tactics going into the fight were spot on. Just they couldn't pin him down enough, I thought.
What would you change? Looking back at it now with hindsight being a great thing, what would you change for AJ in order to win the fight?
See, everybody's going to say, and everybody's going to come up with this whole idea of AJ needs to lean on him and grab him and hold him, but it's very hard to do that. You know what I mean? Everybody has an opinion from the outside in. We're talking about one of the best pound for pound fighters on the planet. You can't just pick him up and grab him, and it's not a bar fight and a fight in the pub down the road. It's Champions League boxing. You know what I mean? So you can't just say, oh well, to change he needs to lean on him a bit more. That's probably what I would say. He needs to impose his size a bit more, but he did. It's very hard to do, you know what I mean? Easier said than done. So props to AJ, you know.
I'm with someone in the industry like yourself. You know, we've heard comments from Johnny Nelson saying that he thinks AJ should retire. What do you make of that?
Retire based on what? You know, this is what I don't understand. There's so many naysayers and negative people in boxing. It's crazy. You know, if a team lose, I keep comparing it to football, and I actually am not a football fan whatsoever, but I keep comparing it to football. If someone loses the Champions League final, does it make them a bad team? No. They regroup, they go again. They may win it the year after, you know what I mean? Why do these guys in the prime of their careers need to retire after 2 losses on the bounce? No big deal, you know what I mean? Life goes on, you know. AJ will probably come back a more improved, better fighter again now, you know.
Where does he go from here, though, in terms of, you know, he's a championship fighter. You've said it. Who does he fight next? There is some big fights on the table. Maybe Dillian White again.
Massive fights like AJ Dillian White is absolutely huge. You know what I mean? That's a huge fight. AJ Deontay Wilder, huge fight. You know, anybody. You know, AJ is a pay-per-view star, regardless belt or not. AJ is a pay-per-view star. People tune in to watch AJ. So the options are all on the table still for AJ. AJ could come again. You know, AJ Fury is still a massive fight. It's outrageous people say that they need to retire, he should retire. Definitely not, you know what I mean? It's up to the person themselves. And if someone's still with it and thinks that they're going to have another fight and keep cracking at it, you know what I mean? Power to them, because it's hard enough to do it. It's not an easy thing to do, is to say, right, I'm going to have another fight. It's not easy, you know what I mean? So people should mind their own business unless they have something constructive. I know everyone's going to have an opinion, but the guy's in the prime of his career, I think. And that was, you know, up there, career best performance. Why should he retire after that?
And what do you make of a potential Usyk Fury fight that looks as if it's going to happen?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of things leaking today about it. It would be huge, you know, absolutely massive. I don't think as big as if AJ had have won on Saturday night and it was AJ Fury, I don't think it's big as that, but still, it's the biggest fight in boxing, you know.
Obviously, as well, you're a big boxing fan, obviously as well. But Ben Eubanks announced a couple of weeks ago. What do you make of that?
Ben Eubanks is a great fight. You know, there's a lot of nostalgia there in terms of the two lads. You know what I mean? Their dads. There's a bit of needle there still, and I think they genuinely don't like each other, and you just can't beat it. That's the recipe for a great build-up and a great fight, when people genuinely don't like each other, you know. And then you have the whole aura, Chris Eubank aura and stuff like that. It's great. I think it's great for boxing, and it's great for the fan. I even have people calling me, seeing if I can get them tickets because they couldn't get tickets on the day, like people that I didn't even know were fans of boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really appealing to the masses.
And before I let you go, do I have any news on a return for Thomas Carty? Anything in the pipeline that you can tell us about?
You know, I keep saying this to anybody that asks. Anybody that knows me knows, you know, fight fell through 2 weeks ago. I was ready to go a week after. I'm still ready to go now. So ASAP is where I'm at the moment. But obviously I need to make the right decision that my team thinks for my career going forward. So I'm definitely hoping to be out before the end of November, 100%. Could be October, or definitely before the end of November. A couple of different things lined up. So I'm looking forward to announcing it and looking forward to get cracking with another tough fight camp. You know, I think I'm going to try and spend some time with Dillian this camp in Portugal and get a good few weeks training in with himself, you know.
And any idea what's next for Dillian then?
Not too sure. There's a lot of things rumoured online, so I'm not too sure what's next for Dillian, but I know he's back training hard, and he's not looking for any easy fights. You know, Dillian's passed beyond that stage. He wants all the tough fights, hard fights, and meaningful fights, you know.
Yeah, well, look, it's been great speaking to you, Thomas, and I'm sure we'll do this again when you have the fight news out there. But it was good to pick your brain about AJ there, so thanks very much for that.
Congratulations on the new job, bro. Fair play.
Thanks a million, mate. Appreciate it, legend. Thank you.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more
There's 5
times.
blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.